It's another South African show, and today we're going to be talking about President Cyril Ramaphosa, who wants to challenge Donald Trump based on the decision he took to accept the offer of refugee for Afrikaners. He flew out of South Africa on Sunday and is scheduled for talks tomorrow at the White House. With me to discuss that is Mustafa and Alex. You guys are welcome to the show.
Okay, I think you got it wrong. He's not going there to challenge Ramaphosa. He's going there to beg for money.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. You're right about that.
He's going to talk to Trump about, we don't like you bringing immigrants in, right? Story. That's the real thing. Then he's going to go talk to Elon Musk and said, Elon Musk, please build electric ports for cars in South Africa.
Bring your satellite to South Africa.
Yeah, so let's phrase it properly. He's going there to beg Trump, and then for the South Africans to think that he's a strong leader. I'm going there to tell them how I feel about the immigrant bullshit. And here's another thing. He's going to both of those things that he's doing is not helping South Africa. It's helping him. He wants to have electric ports for cars in South Africa. Those electric cars, the average South African can't afford it. Only the rich.
Yeah.
Then he's going to talk to Elon Musk. So he's not even going there looking out for South Africa. He's going there looking out for his business interest.
Personal interest.
I don't have proof. Yeah, I don't have proof. But if you follow the paper trail, he has stocks in electric cars, and he has electric cars is Elon Musk.
Yeah,
and he has stocks in whatever business Elon Musk does. That's why he wants Elon Musk, because any money that Elon Musk brings to South Africa it's only going to help private businesses for people who have money. That's what I personally feel. What do you feel, Alex? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
maybe you're wrong. How is electric ports going to help you, or most people, electric charging ports in South Africa? Do you have electric car?
Help me. They're not going to help me at all. They're not going to get me a job. It's useless, Yeah. But I mean, like you said, he's a part of the facade, So he has to go there and look like he's, a leader, strong leader, looking out for the South Africans. But I would honestly think he's also going to be begging for money.
Yeah, he's there for money. And not only that, the only thing that maybe will help, he's going to talk to Trump about trade too. Trade can help South Africa too. So I'm not saying that he's wrong for going there. I'm just making fun of him a little bit. You get my point. But I do think that he's going there mostly for his own business. Sorry, you can continue. Yeah.
I was saying that, which is crazy. Because I feel like, why didn't he just ignore Trump? Like, let those Afrikaners go. Like,
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think he's doing that because to be honest with you, I don't see the Afrikaners leaving South Africa. The only bad thing about it is that you're losing some of your labor, whether it's black or white. But in general, let them go. I think it's just because he doesn't want to look bad in the news, because they say in the news that there's a genocide of white South Africa. So it makes South Africa look bad, but it doesn't affect South Africa's economy. It doesn't affect their well-being. It's just a lie that Trump is doing. And it affects America more, because before, I'll check this out. 2 weeks ago, the U.S. said that they can't bring in people from Africa, because they can't bring in immigrants from Congo and those areas, because it's a strain on the U.S. economy. No, that's okay. But it doesn't matter that you can bring white people. That's the same strain. Do you get my point? It's the same strain on the economy. But as Africans, we shouldn't care, because our goal as Africans is to have sovereign nations. It's not that to say, we want you to bring us in. The fact that we want to leave the country shows that there's a problem in our country. So I think we need to focus on our own continent. What do you think, Falabi? Yeah.
I quite agree with you. And even like you rightly mentioned, the United States seems to be speaking with both sides of their mouth. Even some Nigerians seem to have been deported at the early days when Trump came in, and all of a sudden you are giving a refugee to Afrikaners for some stupid reason that is not even substantiated. You're absolutely right. I just hope Ramaphosa doesn't get embarrassed, because I remember the meeting with Zelensky and how Trump just tore into him, and in fact, and JD Vance and all of them. Ramaphosa, it would just look very, very stupid. And like you rightly mentioned, Alex, he's going there to negotiate for his own personal interest. Tesla, he wants to bring Tesla to South Africa, and he wants to have enough stake in Tesla. Also, satellite telecommunications, all those things. He wants to negotiate for his own personal interest. I think right now, Ramaphosa should be trying to see how the skills gap that is being flighted to the United States is being bridged by developing some of his people so that they don't have to ultimately depend on the United States all the time. The South African economy is very okay. Why do you have to depend on these people all the time? He looks very weak. I don't know what you guys think, really.
Yeah, and this is what I think, but I say it goes both ways. Let's keep it real. They said that he's going there, that it's a delicate issue. He doesn't want to anger Trump. Let me tell you something. Trump pretends like he's angry. Trump is also a businessman. All Trump wants to know is how much money can I make for you. For example, if let's say there was really a genocide of white people in South Africa, Trump wouldn't care. He's like, let's do business, man. I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't care about genocide. But he's using that as an excuse to embarrass South Africa because Elon Musk wants to do that. But everything Trump doesn't do things based on race. He only does things based on money. But he'll use race as something to cause chaos so that he can profit off of it. But for example, Trump doesn't believe in NATO, where he doesn't believe in America attacking other countries because it doesn't make money for America and it doesn't make money for him. He believes in realism. So the thing, what I'm saying about Trump is that Trump is just saying, oh, South Africa will take away your aid because we're angry about you killing white people. He's just he's calling South Africa's bluff. He doesn't care what South Africa does. He's trying to make them scared so that he can get a better deal out of them. What do you think?
Exactly. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I feel like then we'll go.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that this looks like a propaganda tool all over because there's no truth in what Trump is saying. This is just to bring Ramaphosa to the negotiating table.
No, you know that the word in the U.S. called gaslighting. He's gaslighting South Africa.
Basically.
Somebody feel guilty so that you can control them. Exactly. That's what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
And Ramaphosa's falling for it because he's like, okay, I'm going to stand up and tell him that we don't have genocide, but also, please, can you bring your electric cars? You can't do that. Malcolm X wouldn't do that. Malcolm X would be like, F you.
Sure.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Al? Yeah.
I feel like we're focusing on like the wrong refugees. I feel like we're focusing on the wrong refugees. I mean, there are thousands of civilians that have been killed, many of them children, in Gaza that have been killed each and every single day. And I feel like this is selective outrage. It's selective refugees. Yeah. You know, it exposes the bias in how global empathy is distributed. It's not about who's suffering the most. It's about who's considered deserving of protection. And I feel like, yes, South Africa has problems, right? Every country does. But to center white farmers as global victims while ignoring Gaza, where actual war crimes are being committed in real time, that's immoral.
Yeah.
So I feel like...
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I feel like all of this is just a distraction. Like we're being distracted of what's really happening in Gaza. Yeah. And it's just really frustrating because, I mean, Trump, bro, like...
Yeah, but here's the thing. I always say this. Black or white? Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that even Genocide Watch, which literally exists to track and warn about genocides, doesn't list South Africa as even being at risk. So what's really going on? It's like a political theater. It's where this white genocide narrative has been floating around for years to justify anti-immigrant policies. And it's just really frustrating.
Yeah, but
I feel like
go ahead. Sorry. The reason I'm not frustrated is because I'm a realist. So I know that everything that happens in the world, whether you're black or white, is only about one thing: money. So now that I know that's what it's about, I'm not frustrated because I know that everything is a game. It's an illusion. So it's sort of like, oh, why do you keep saying that white people are dying? You're so stupid. Let's say I'm a professor. How come this guy is so dumb? No, he's not dumb. He's saying it because he wants to make money. Once I know that, then I don't have to argue with him again because I know he's pretending. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why. Yeah. So the only thing we can control now is in South Africa or in Nigeria or in anywhere. What can you do in your neighborhood? What can you do with your family? What can you do within your country to face the problems you have, and then don't worry about the injustice that those people are doing over there. Only worry about the injustices that affect you directly. So, for example, the injustice affecting South Africa directly is DA and ANC. Their corruption is holding the country back, and that's why there's gender-based violence. That's why there's poverty. That's why there's load shedding. Don't worry about. You want to have electric ports, but you don't even have. But you have load shedding. You see what I'm trying to say? The load shedding has to be dealt with first. Same thing with Nigeria. I thought I'd be telling. Remember, I was telling you, Alex. I thought I'd be. Am I lying? Most of the time in Nigeria, you can go 12, 14 hours a day without electricity. That's been going on for decades.
I've had to buy a solar inverter so that I can have some semblance of power supply during the day. There's no electricity.
There's no electricity. There's no big deal. In Nigeria, you know what we do? We go outside and drink beer and eat suya. You know, suya is the meat. Yeah, and then when there's electricity, you go home and you go to bed.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is that the society, but South Africa shouldn't be that way because it has more infrastructure than Nigeria. Yeah. The load shedding, that's corruption. That load shedding is corruption.
And the interesting thing, though, is that a lot of these Afrikaners are enjoying the aristocratic life they live in South Africa. In fact, those people in Orania don't even want to go to the US as refugees. They are having fun because none of what Trump says is happening to them. They are living like kings and queens in South Africa, and they're given privileges. So this is just a negotiating bait by Trump.
Their money is backed by gold. Exactly. Orania's money is backed by gold.
So I don't know.
I think we need to paint ourselves white and move to Orania and learn Afrikaans. It's not hard. It's a Dutch-based language.
Yeah, sure. Dutch. Your Dutch, sort of Australian Dutch, kind of.
Yeah, I did some studies. South Africa has a crazy history. Those Afrikaans, they came and they built land and everything. And at first they were okay, but then when one of them,
and the interesting thing is that they have
beef with the Zulus.
In their anthem, they have Zulu, they have English, and they have Afrikaans.
Oh yeah,
all mixed together.
But you know, South Africa's history. It was when I read the history of South Africa. It was when the British beat the Zulus. The British were crazy, man. I think 100 soldiers beat 4,000 Zulu because the Zulu guys had the spear. Once the Zulus was gone, that's when the Afrikaans said, "Oh, now we can be racist." Because before they were afraid of. No, once the Zulu were gone, that's when the Afrikaans said that now they could fight the British. Because the British were helping them keep the Zulus in check. But when the Zulus were no longer a problem, so that country's crazy. But the point I'm making is that those guys are living a lot better than anybody else. And it's ironic that Trump said that I don't care what color they are, I only care about human rights in South Africa. Nobody cared when there was apartheid, which was the worst. Apartheid was the worst thing that's happened to black people, and also segregation in the U.S. This is the worst ever. Nobody was talking about it, so it's crazy. All right, we're gonna head out. It's a short show today. What are your last thoughts, Alex? Yeah.
I just really thought about it when you said how Trump is more into like making a profit. Mm-hmm. I think the white victimhood plays perfectly into the fears of white conservatives in the US who believe that being replaced or silenced. Trump knows how to tap into that. Fear sells and it votes. And also he's high.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. I feel like he's also hijacking refugee issues and using South Africa to dominate headlines. Issues like Gaza or the suffering US border gets pushed aside or reframed from a nationalist lens, right? And let's also not forget that Trump has a long history of intertwining politics and personal gain, whether it's, like you said,
Alex is a businessman. He's a businessman.
Yeah. Did you see, even Trump now, he's turning against Netanyahu in Israel because he doesn't want bad ratings. Yeah. Trump and the president of Israel are not talking to each other. And now Europe is attacking. Europe is saying they're going to put sanctions on Israel. But the reason they're doing it is not because they care about the people getting killed, but because now it's becoming so bad that even white people in their countries are saying, you guys are finished. So anything they do is under pressure and personal image. What are your thoughts, Falabi?
Yes, I agree with you. And basically, if you look at what Ramaphosa has gone to do, personally, I think everything is based on popularity back at home. He wants to be more popular. He wants to be more accepted. And at the end of the day, he wants to be seen as helping the country to navigate all these problems. But if you look at it in actual fact, like Mustafa said, there's some personal interest intertwined in this. I won't be surprised when after that visit, all of a sudden you see Tesla in South Africa and what's his name? Elon Musk begin to change his rhetoric concerning South Africa, because the real reason why white farmers are being attacked is not really because of land or anything. It's because of the lifestyle of the black people, poverty, drugs and stuff. Yeah. So it's basically poverty. It's poverty induced. So whatever Trump did was just a bait to get Ramaphosa to the negotiating table.
Yeah, and actually Trump and Ramaphosa are the same. And they're friends. They're probably having a beer when he comes here. They're both businessmen. No, they're both businessmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're businessmen. That's it. All right, Afari. Nice show, guys. Take us out. Yeah.
Moose, it appears you are taking a break from beer. You're drinking Greek yogurt.
Yeah, I have to stop, man, because I was getting tired, man. Okay. I've been drinking Greek yogurt.
Okay. So it's been another wonderful South African show, and we've been discussing Ramaphosa's visit to the White House. We'll be discussing what happens after from myself, from Alex and Mustafa. We'll be back next time.
Yeah, I have a new rule. I'll start drinking at 8 p.m. when I get off.
Oh, okay.
I can't do that. I used to wake up at 6 in the morning and have a wine at 6 in the morning. All right, we'll talk.
All right. Yeah.